Florida is the kingdom of fast motorboats. This is where they were born, where the first speed records were established, and where many championships have taken place. It seems that the origins of all this lay in illegal trafficking, and fast boats were built to outrun the police. It's possible that the skills and experience to build really fast boats could have derived from this. At the time, they might have even been the fastest boats in the world. Today we're in Ventura, Florida, to try out a boat that was built by a shipyard that is considered iconic in the world of powerful motorboats. I'm not only referring to the power of the engines, but also the performance of the hull. It is a boat that was built to go very fast and dominate the sea even in rough conditions, like all other models in the Magnum Marine series. Needless to say, this is the kind of boat I prefer. Of course, I'd like to own a large yacht, a powerful fisherman boat, a luxurious lobster, or a comfortable trawler. However, a motorboat this fast, in a place like this, is irresistible. In 1966, in these waters, the Magnum brand was born. This is where they developed, where they won many races and established new world records that are still standing. I remember a race that took place in 1998 from Venice to Monte Carlo, which basically goes all the way around Italy, 1,200 miles. And during the competition, in rough conditions, a Magnum 60 was unbeatable. This is what it means to create a powerful motorboat. A boat that is capable of navigating even in conditions that are very difficult. This is the Magnum 51 Bestia, and this particular model has been fitted with two 10-cylinder MTU engines of 1,600 horsepower each, with Arneson propulsion and roller surface propellers. The shipyards that have racing experience know exactly what they need to start to begin designing a racing boat. The engine room. It is very important to allow a lot of fresh air inside, not only to cool the engines, but also to supply the combustion chamber with plenty of oxygen. This is what Magnum has done. They built air vents into the foredeck that directs a lot of air into the engine room, particularly when the boat is going very fast. When you drive a boat as fast as this, you always need to take care of the passengers that might not be used to the oscillations of a nautical vessel that not only moves left and right and back and forth, much like a car does, but also a vertical acceleration and deceleration due to continuous takeoffs and landings on the waves. This is why you always need to ensure the maximum comfort and security for the passengers. For example, with a sofa like this. Magnum Marine has a lot of experience building surface propulsion systems and started using them almost immediately after they'd been invented. However, to learn how to drive this boat, you need to pay attention to a few fundamental controls. The flaps, and of course, the surface propulsion trim. During the starting procedure, it is recommended to bring the flaps to their lowest possible position and lift the surface propellers so that they can ventilate the engine sufficiently, without flooding them with too much air that would prevent them from gaining speed. Once the boat is planing, the surface propulsion system is lowered so that the propellers have better contact in the water and perform a lot more efficiently. At the same time, the flaps are raised to avoid causing any drag. This is how we can efficiently gain speed. 46 miles an hour at 1,800 revs per minute. An excellent cruising speed, and it isn't even very loud for a boat this powerful. 85 dB is a reading that is considered acoustically comfortable on board a motorboat, and we have the same reading. We're cruising at 46 miles an hour, which is an excellent result. Another incredible characteristic of this propulsion system is the reactivity Magnum has managed to deliver when the boat is turning. Just look at the lateral angle. And it keeps its heading very well. This is thanks to the propulsion system, not just the deep hull, even though Magnum hulls have an angle of 24 degrees to the transom, which make them very unique. Now let's test its maximum speed. The sea conditions are all right. We can raise the surface propulsion system very high and bring them to a point where they are practically half immersed and half out of the water, in order to impose the minimum amount of drag and provide the maximum amount of thrust. This is a good reading, 62.8 miles an hour. We are at 2,400 revs per minute. The boat is handling very well. There are many boats that can go as fast as this one, but very few that are this wide, comfortable and secure. Magnum Marine is not only an icon in the motorboat world, but also a product that is extraordinary.